Creating a budget. A budget is an itemized summary of expected income and expenses for a defined period of time. Most often, a budget is for 1 month. A budget should support efficient spending. A budget will show you how much money you expect to bring in against all of your expenses. A monthly budget allows you to plan for how you will spend and/or save your money each month. A budget also helps keep track of your spending patterns. If you spend less in one area, you can spend more in another or choose to save that money for future purchases, building a rainy day fund, or even for retirement. Before you begin to make your budget, it is important to realize that in order to be successful, you have to provide as much detailed and accurate information as possible. It's helpful to keep track of and categorize your spending so you know where you can make adjustments. Doing so will help you identify what you are spending the most money on and where it might be easiest to cut back. Begin by listing all of your fixed expenses. Fixed expenses are regular monthly bills such as rent or mortgage, utilities, or car payments. It is unlikely for you to be able to cut back on these, but knowing how much of your monthly income they take up can be helpful. Next, list all of your variable expenses. Variable expenses may change from month to month. Variable expenses may include groceries, gas, and entertainment. This is an area where you might find opportunities to cut back. Credit cards and bank statements are good places to start since they often itemize and categorize your monthly expenditures. You can record your daily spending with anything that's handy, a paper and pencil, an application, or a smartphone. Before you start analyzing the information you've tracked, make a list of all the financial goals you want to accomplish in the short term and in the long term. Short-term goals should take no longer than a year. Long-term goals, such as saving for a house, retirement, or your child's education, may take years to reach. Remember, goals don't have to be set in stone, but identifying your priorities before you start planning to budget will help. Make a plan by using the variable and fixed expenses you compiled to help you get a sense of what you'll spend in the coming months. With your fixed expenses, you can predict fairly accurately how much you'll have to budget. Use your past spending habits as a guide when trying to predict your variable expenses. You might choose to break down your expenses even further between things you need to have and things you want to have. The difference becomes important when it's time to make adjustments. Once you've done all this, you have what you need to complete your budget. Having documented your income and spending, you can start to see where you have money left over or where you can cut back so that you have money to put towards your goals. It's important that you review your budget on a regular basis to be sure you're staying on track. Whatever the reason, keep checking in with your budget.